On one hand, some people don't plan. On the other hand, people plan for too long.
Yeah.
There has to be a nice soft spot where you say, as what to continue the verifying. Good is good enough. Because at the end of the day, you really don't have control over, every aspect of your venture, no matter how well you play, isn't it? Because a lot of external forces we're dependent on, and that's why I say, good is good enough. Once you've done your homework, you've identified your major risk, then you go into it, and then you adjust along the way. So a successful entrepreneurship venture is a series of refinements that you make along the way, and no amount of complete planning will prepare you for what you're going to be encountering during your journey as an entrepreneur. Honestly, I'll tell you this, that the best investment is always investment in my own wealth education. It's like, look here, everybody wants to get rich, but tell me how much you have invested in your own wealth education. If someone believes that, academic education is so important to spend 100,000, $250,000, why do you not invest anything in wealth education? You have to understand that academic education and wealth education is completely different. Yeah. Yet a lot of people, so here's the irony. People didn't really plan to want to study hard to become wiser in mathematics, for example, except the teachers, of course, right? They really want to become rich. But the problem is that they went to school and acquired wealth academic education, yet and at some point in time they realize that they are lacking in wealth education, but they're not willing to invest in wealth education, right? For some strange reason. And we're not saying you have to invest in wealth education, but if you do not do that, then your only other option is trial and error, which itself is wealth education at a much higher price and much more time consuming, because it's called ignorance, you see. Again, a lot of people tend to look at seminars with a lot of suspicion. To me, it's very straightforward. When you go to a seminar, do not just listen to what that presenter is telling you. Okay, look at the case studies. So in other words, you're not here to assess whether the presenter or the teacher is successful. You're going to assume that that teacher is successful. Okay, but that doesn't mean that that's because the teacher is successful, it's necessarily going to work for you, because you're not the teacher. What you really have to look out for are the students, and evidence that a student, a normal student, and you fall under that normal range, has evidence of success. And that is why I make it a point to not feature myself in my own seminars, okay, but to feature my students. In fact, a lot of my examples are my student success, because I think that's what I want you to relate to, and I don't want you to compare yourself to me. All right, because if you compare to me, you say, well, but Fabian is this, Fabian is that. You see, well, you're comparing with my student who you're comparing with my 24-year-old millionaire student who doesn't have a university degree. So what's your excuse? You're comparing, with my 16-year-old kid who's making $7,000 a month right now on the internet and doesn't even have O-level. So what's your excuse? So a lot of times people don't succeed because they have a lot of self-doubts. And even if we show you such people, now you become skeptical. In other words, a lot of people spend too much time giving themselves reason why things don't work. I think it's a better idea to channel positive energy to find out reasons why can't I do it. Honestly, to begin with, I'm not a savings person, so I'm not the best person to talk about this. I mean, honestly, I if you look at why do I think savings is really, okay, so again depends on what you're trying to do. Okay, so if you just want to live a normal life, probably saving works. If you want to get rich, saving does not work. Okay, so rather than saving and spending time saving, you should spend more time trying to find out ways to make more money. And that's why I really don't save, because if I really want to do more, I find more ways to make more money. I think that makes more sense, you see. Honestly, in an internet business, you don't even need any real money to strike it out. Okay, and I tell people, I said you need more time than money. Now, with the right knowledge, all you need is time. Especially for the internet venture. Okay, so we are very different from a typical offline enterprise that you need maybe $250,000. Over here, you probably just need $200 in your pocket, you're fine. Well, if you have a family to feed, then obviously you would have had some savings in your bank account, to ensure that your family's lifestyle will continue while you're venturing out. But that's where exactly I'm talking about stretching yourself from 10 a.m., 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. You want to get rich, or you want to have more quality time with your family? Why can't you have both? So a lot of times, if you're framing so narrowly, then you're going down a very narrow path, you see. Whereas for me, I said, why can't you have both? Because today, as I said, being an internet entrepreneur, today you can work from home. So I mean, imagine the amount of time if you're an internet entrepreneur, for example, how much time you really spend. You never have to complain about any more MRT breakdown. You'll never be stepping on an MRT. Seriously, right? Yeah. So again, it's a whole change of perspective, really. That's the real issue over here.